Well, first of all, as to the speech by Commission's President, I'm not in a position what she included into that speech and what not. And as a matter of fact, she didn't speak much about Eastern partners. There were just a couple of very short sentences. As to the whole situation, well, if you've seen my statements as the chair of the South Caucasus delegation, of course it's not okay, it's not acceptable, it's regrettable. And I would say I can speak on behalf of the European Parliament and can't speak on behalf of other European institutions. We try to do everything we can, but the strongest weapon we have is a word. These are the discussions, and whoever has followed the recent discussions on Nagorno Karabakh, on Lachin corridor, and on human rights situation in Azerbaijan, then you see from the atmosphere in the European Parliament that everybody share Armenian concern. Haven't heard voices in support of Azerbaijan, and that's remarkable.
Yeah.
What EU can do and should do, I think it's time to be very open with Azerbaijan and say that that is not the behavior we expect from a country that wants to be EU's reliable economic partner. And that's why in the urgent resolution that we debated yesterday, that we discussed and negotiated yesterday, and that we will vote today, there will be reference also to the sanctions regime. I listened yesterday to Commissioner Ferreira, who was speaking on behalf of High Representative Borrell. And I would say that she also used very tough words. And she also said that human rights situation in Azerbaijan is a part of our agenda. In the previous discussions, I would say that we have always stressed the need of opening Lachin corridor. We have always stressed the need for letting international observers and humanitarian organizations into Nagorno Karabakh. So I hope that the European Parliament can be kind of a whip to the Commission and Member States, because if I look at the other files and other resolutions we made, for example, Russian aggression against Ukraine, I would argue that European Parliament was forthcoming and was putting pressure on Commission and Member States, and that's why the sanctions were introduced. So I also hope that it will be the same in the case of Nagorno Karabakh, Lachin corridor, and human rights situation in Azerbaijan. I don't want to speculate, but I do not exclude it. Because a year ago, we were not even discussing possibility of sanctions. A year ago, Ursula von der Leyen was in Baku, saying that Azerbaijan is important economic partner of the EU. But now this House is starting discussing sanctions. So if the situation deteriorates, I do not exclude it.